Hello, 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 ladies and gents. Good evening. Tonight is Wednesday, and it's Unveiled Vibrations time. So, buckle up, hold on tight. We coming in. We're ready for this because I'm going to try and hit it and quit it tonight. I'm a little tired. So, without any further ado, beautiful people, let's start the show. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages around the world. I'm just playing. It ain't that grandiose. So. Not yet. Eventually, one day, it will be. I am glad you guys are here in tonight. Beautiful people. Wednesday, March the 18th, 2026. Mm-hmm. All right, all right, all right. I got myself together now. Like, Unveil, what's going on, man? Nothing much, y'all. I'm just happy to be here with y'all on this beautiful Wednesday night. I hope all of you guys are doing solid out there. And I thank you for joining me. Uh, Tonight we have the incredible Mr. Justin Butler here. Hey, 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 what's going on? He says, hi. How you doing, brother? Auntie Robin is here. She says, hey, Tyrone. Hey to you, Auntie. Glad to see you here. JoJo speaks in the house. Says, hi, Dustin. Hi, Auntie Robin. And hi to yours truly. And doing me a favor and solid every time. Bam. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's free 99. Don't cost you a thing. Uh, did you hear that? What's that? That's the sound of nothing coming out of your pocket as you extend your finger to hit the like button and the share button. Do it now. Do it now. Please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Peace and blessings from J Stop Right is in the house. She says, peace and blessings. Dustin, Auntie Robin, JoJo speaks, and yours truly. Peace and blessings unto you as well, my dear. Mm, mm, mm. And JoJo says, hello. Right back at you. J Stop Right. Alrighty. Y'all, it is with great sadness, but with great honor. I must and I have to acknowledge the dearly departed. Y'all, we lost Kiki Shepard. Not cheering for her, but cheering to celebrate her life. Because she was a solid one while here with us. Those that don't remember Kiki, she was most notably known for her uh, co-hosting role at the Apollo, um, ushering in an incredible amount of talent over the years, as one of the big black pillars of the African American community, and she will definitely be missed. She leaves us at the prime age of 74, and we have to show her her flowers and due. Um, because like the stuff that she did culturally is permanently cemented into society. Um, the things that she did in I can't say that word, philanthropy, y'all know what I mean, charity, doggone it, for sickle cell awareness is out of this world. And it's something that was near and dear to her and probably didn't get honored as often as she could have until now. Um, Let me share this out to you guys so you can see Miss Shepard over the years. Um, Such a lovely lady, man, and she will be ultimately missed for her personality and class and her fashion. Cause man, when I tell you, when she came out every week on Apollo, my jaw was dropped. Kiki, look at you, girl. She had something drop dead gorgeous every week. And I can't say enough about her, man. A world class act. She was. Kiki, we miss you. Now onward to the shenanigans now. Oh, y'all. It's been rough. Couple of weeks. Um, the ongoing conflict over in Iran with Israel and the United States, and what's so funny about this? There are those out there that um, predicted these things would happen. And one individual in particular is an educator. And a lot of people like to say that predictions are nothing but educated guesses that come to fruition. Sometimes. Sometimes they don't. But this next clip I'm showing you guys, uh, this gentleman hasn't missed. And the great details that he tells in this clip um, tells a story that all this stuff was pre-planned, and they've been playing around in our faces. And what's unfortunate is they're going to turn around and utilize us, the people, to make their problems go away. And it's unfortunate, most unfortunate.
All right, guys, we've got yet another.
And so I wanted to bring this up so we can take a look at this. Shout outs to Breaking Point for providing this out to the world because it is something that needs to be definitely looked upon and examined a little bit closer. We have Professor Zhang from China, um, who is currently um, doubling down and 10 toes down on his prediction that the U.S. will lose this war in Iran.
Heavy hitter guest and first-time guest on the show, Professor Zhang. He is the star of the popular YouTube channel Predictive History. He uses game theory to analyze past, current, and to predict future geopolitical events. And he joins us now. Professor, great to have you.
Good to see you, sir.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. So, for people who aren't familiar with your work, I wanted to show folks that back in 2024, you made 3 big predictions. 1, that Trump would win. 2, that he would start a war with Iran. And 3, that the U.S. would lose that war. Let's take a listen to that.
In this class this semester, I'm making 3 big predictions, right? First is that Trump will win in November. Second is that the United States will go to war against Iran. And the third big prediction is that the United States will lose this war, which will forever change the global order.
So obviously that last one is the only one that has not yet come to fruition. Is quite a stunning prediction. Do you stand by it? And what have you seen so far that leads you to sort of stand firm in that conclusion?
So given my analysis of how the war is progressing, I think that Iran has many more advantages over the United States. The reality is that right now, it's a war of attrition between the United States and Iran. And the Iranians have been preparing 20 years for this conflict. In their eschatology, in their religion, this is a war against the great Satan. They've had many practice runs. Last June was a 12-day war when the Iranians were able to examine and analyze the strike capacities of both the Israelis and the Americans. And they've had a lot of time, 8 months, to prepare fully for this new attack. They, through their proxies, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Shia militias, have been able to really grasp the American mentality. And now they have a pretty good strategy of how to weaken and ultimately destroy the American empire.
This could be a problem because America has now become so predictable in its movements and all the things that it will do to, how you would say, try and survive. Because ultimately that's what we are. We're in this survival mode of life right now where we're trying to hold on to power as a country because the fear is replacement theory. That's where we are.
So what the Iranians are doing is they're waging war against the entire global economy. And so they are striking the GCC countries. And not only are they striking GCC countries, American bases, they're going after the critical energy infrastructure of these bases. They blocked off the Strait of Hormuz. And eventually, they will go after the water desalination plants. which is the lifeblood of these nations because they don't have fresh water supply. In fact, the water desalination plant provides 60% of the GCC's water supply. So if a drone, and these drones cost $50,000, if they wiped out a desalination plant in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it's a city of 10 million people, right? They'd be out of water in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
In 2 weeks. And right now, the Iranians have de facto closed off the Strait of Hormuz, and the GCC gets 90% of its food from the Strait of Hormuz. So I know a lot of people are talking about the disruptions to the global economy, but right now, the Iranians are actually threatening the very existence of Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar. And why this is important is that the Gulf states are really the linchpin of the American economy. So what they do is they sell petrodollars and then they recycle the petrodollars back into the American economy through the investments in the stock market.
Wait a second. So, in other words, the U.S. economy is propped up by fake money. Is that what? That's what it sounds like to me, y'all. Like, we've been out here playing with monopoly money as the whole backbone of the United States. Oh my gosh. And if this is true, anything that disrupts that will destroy America's economy and influence. Oof, wow. Continue, sir.
And right now, we know that the entire American economy is propped up by AI investments in data centers. And a lot of that comes from the Gulf states. Wow. So if the Gulf states are no longer able to sell oil, and they're no longer able to finance AI, this AI bubble in the United States, then this AI bubble will burst, and with it will burst as well the entire American economy, which is really a financial Ponzi scheme.
Right.
So that's a dire situation that the Americans are facing right now.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, sir, an Amazon data center was literally hit in the UAE. And now, of course, big tech companies, which were looking at the UAE as a major potential data center investment hub with cheap and abundant energy, probably going to be rethinking that. We also wanted to talk to you about munitions. We can put this next one up here on the screen. The United States is racing to accomplish Iran mission before munitions run out. This is specifically around interceptor math. There's a famous video just from yesterday in Israel, which shows a single Iranian ballistic missile, which is being targeted by some 11 different interceptors, all of which miss. Most of those come from the United States, not to mention all of the different bases, the GCC countries that you just talked about, and the asymmetry of the cost. It's $1 million for a missile, tens of millions per interceptor in some of these cases. With these munitions running out, how does that change the global picture? So you're...
Wait. Y'all running out? Why y'all get into this mess? And y'all ain't got enough packages to send. Y'all ain't got it. Y'all said y'all was Trump tight, but y'all not. Why'd y'all get us into this mess? Man.
For China, obviously, much of the stocks in Asia of the United States are likely to have to be cannibalized if this were to go on. How's that going to affect the global picture here?
Right. So my first point is that the United States military is not designed to fight a 21st century war. Remember, the military-industrial complex came to being after World War II, and it's designed to fight the Cold War. And the Cold War was really about muscle flexing, about who was able to send people up into space, who was the first get the person on the moon, who had the more
Let me tell y'all something. The race to the moon was so insane. Like, if you go back and look at the history of how they were using spies, how they were using sabotagers, and the US fight to get there first. I'll say allegedly was because of something that was found in, this is something that they have in archives. They went up there looking for life and wanted to communicate with it. That's allegedly what they said was the reason why everybody was racing to get a man on the moon. To the point that, you know, there's some allegations that the moon landing was faked to portray as if America got there first. And then it wasn't until later on they actually made a real attempt to get there. That's the streets talking and what they've been saying about everything. Believe what you want to believe on that. It's like this. It's like the X-Files. It's out there somewhere.
Complex missile systems. And so the entire American military strategy revolves around very sophisticated technology that costs a lot of money to build. And that's what the American air defense system is basically. And that's why we're seeing this asymmetry, as you point out, in this war, where you have these $1 million missiles trying to take out these $50,000 drones. And it's not sustainable in the long term. And so what we're seeing is really the puncturing of the aura of invincibility and inevitability that sustained American hegemony for the past 20 years.
So the cost of the drone is less than the missiles. And y'all spend more money on the missiles to take out the drones. Like, are y'all financially illiterate? How, man? Like, how dumb could you be? Is the question that I end up walking away with. Like, are you that dumb? Or just don't care? I think it's more so that they don't care how much money it takes, as long as their goals is met. And the unfortunate thing about that is the amount that's sacrificed ends up being a detriment to the economy and the people. Yet they campaign on trying to save the economy and the American people. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, y'all.
Especially after the collapse of the Soviet Union. And this is really a reordering of not just the global economy, because this signals the collapse of the petrodollar, and with it, the entire US dollar based reserve currency system, but also the global hegemony of the United States. We're moving towards a multipolar world.
Professor, this morning, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth was asked a question about potential ground troops in Iran. He refused to rule out that possibility. And he said, oh, well, we're not going to project to you what we will or will not do, but we don't want to, rule anything out. We will do what it takes. Do you think that America will end up invading Iran from the ground, since it's already becoming relatively clear they won't be able to accomplish the goal of regime change or even regime collapse using just air power alone?
Right. So everyone says that the worst calamity that could happen in the United States is if it were to send ground troops into Iran.
Dang. The worst thing that could happen to the United States is sending ground troops into Iran. Repeat. Repite, por favor. The worst thing they could do is send ground troops into Iran. Yeah. Now, those that have been keeping up with this whole thing, they said they were going to send them. As soon as this past weekend, they were talking about sending them. And I'm like, you big dummies. Why would you go there without the intelligence? And then, so what also happened since then is people have started to resign from their positions and their posts because of the tomfoolery and unpreparedness. But I digress.
At the same time, the United States are committed to regime change in Iran. We've never had a precedent in history where you were able to regime change from the air alone. You need ground troops. And so unfortunately, what's going to happen over the next few months is that pressure will build on America to send ground troops, especially from the GCC countries and from Israel, which are being touted right now by the Iranians. So remember that if the GCC countries, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, if they go, then the petrodollar goes with them. So the Americans need to protect these countries, and these countries are going to demand that either the Americans bribe the Iranians to cease, and this is like $5 trillion in indemnity, okay? Mm-hmm. Or send ground troops to wipe out the Iranian threat once and for all. And I know that there's no political will for ground troops to be used against Iran among the American people.
I beg to differ, sir. I believe the will of this administration, pun intended, trumps the will of the people.
Remember that 78% of American people was against initial strikes against Iran in the first place.
Right. And one of the things that really comes into question, I think, with all of this, sir, when we're looking at the geopolitical picture and the sacrificing in much of this from the United States on behalf of Israel, is kind of a question as to who and what wanted this. We were actually curious for your view on a disputed report here from the Washington Post. We can put it up here on the screen, F3. A push from the Saudis, Israel helped move Trump to attack Iran. Now, this has been internally disputed by Saudi Arabia, saying that they did not push the Trump administration to attack Iran. However, this is clearly an authorized leak from our own government, trying to at least lay some of the blame.
See, this is how they disrupt the region, by trying to get neighbors to now fight in the fight against Iran, by making them sound like they're against each other. And the whole time they together, they don't sit on the same side of the table. but they together because they understand who the real enemy is and who has caused them more problems over the years. And the LCD, least common denominator, unfortunately, is us.
On behalf of the GCC, what do you make of this analysis and of this narrative that Saudi Arabia was also trying to be behind this push to bomb Iran?
So I've always argued that both Saudi Arabia and Israel are heavily invested in regime change in Iran. Yeah. In fact, Saudi Arabia sees Iran as much more of an existential crisis than Israel. Because remember, Israel still has nuclear weapons, and Israel is a very diverse, very sophisticated economy, whereas Saudi Arabia is completely reliant on oil. And it's always had problems with Iran because Iran is a theocracy opposed to the Saudi monarchy. Iran funds and equips the Houthis, which have been antagonistic towards Saudi Arabia for the longest time. And right now, the Saudi economy is suffering. It's been trying to pivot towards more of a tourist economy. That's why they brought in Ronaldo. That's why they're switching to e-gaming. That's why they're building something called a line, NEOM. And all these things are not working out. So they need to be able to control the oil resources of the entire Middle East if they are to survive and thrive as a nation.
Man, this oil game, I'm trying to tell y'all, this thing is bad. It's all about that. Oh. Who said that?
So I do believe that this reporting is credible, even though it does make Saudi Arabia look bad. But remember, Saudi Arabia says that they wanted peace, but they are helping the Israelis and the Americans attack Iran right now because they're allowing the Israelis and Americans to use Saudi airspace.
So help us understand, because it still feels to me like there are some pieces that don't totally add up. You had, in advance of this war on Iran, you had top military brass up to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying, this is a really bad idea. We are not ready for this. All the math on the interceptors that's been talked about for months at this point. And yet Trump still decided to go ahead.
To hear all these things, they're saying no, 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 no. And then you just like, man, I don't care what the experts say. I'm going to do what I want anyway. It's a hell of a problem that we got here on our hands. And I don't know how we can recover from this, because what is happening right now is unintended, so unprecedented and unpresidential as we knew it. We're going to be in this. I fear that America will have copycats, and with each iteration of copycat Trumps, things are going to get worse, and they're going to get worse real fast, to the point that we're going to be in this state of where we have to physically remove people from office, not by votes, like military action, police action type of removal from office. Let me have a heart-to-heart with y'all right quick. People, y'all don't understand that with Trump testing the waters and boundaries from week to week, it is causing the infrastructure known as America to weaken. And some people are out here just like, okay, well, it's all a show. It's all he's the president. He should have the authority to do this anyway. And it's like, no, the founding fathers of America put checks and balances in place so that there wouldn't be a rogue branch of our government. And when you allow someone like this to dictate their will, it's only going to be disastrous from there, because the old saying, you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Every time we allow him an inch, he is leapfrogging all the way to another area. And it's just going to get much worse. Like it's hard to discuss it because of the nature of predictions. And people love to point out the flaw in those predictions instead of really dissecting. Like, if there's one false element in it, people would like to label the entire message false. And then from that, they like to then call it false prophecy. And ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff that we're seeing is patterns, cycles being repeated. Because people are creatures of habits and they can't help it. They can't help themselves. And it's the most unfortunate because the elites, they don't have to worry about it because they're covered financially. The ones that suffer are people like you and I. And it's like, what do you do with that? You know? Hello, Mamira's in the house. She says, hey, everyone, just in time for Professor Jang. Like, Professor is so smart and he keeps it real, like entirely funky real. And I love that about him. Jojo says hello from the mirror. She says hello back. And J Star Bright says hello, Mamir. She says hello back. I love the love here in the chat. Keep it coming, y'all. Lady Virgo's in the house. She said good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, my dear. Mamir says hello to Lady Virgo. Hey, sis. How you doing tonight? Lady Virgo says hello to the whole family. Love ya. Love you and all this energy, y'all. I appreciate it. Mamira, she says, "Hey, I'm okay this evening." That is wonderful to hear, Lady Virgo. She said, "Is it my phone or is there something going on with the sound audio?" Let me know what it sounds like. Um, I've been trying to figure out if there's an issue or not. What it do? JoJo says to Lady Virgo. Hold on. Let me do this right quick. Perhaps that's one of the issues. Let me see. Yeah. Y'all let me know if you man, let me tell y'all, we are on the slippery slope, like he's saying, and nations topple when they go and cross this line. Uh, Amir says, Lady Virgo, of course, do every watch the guy. Do you ever watch this guy on screen, Professor Yang? He's got a wild channel, incredible channel on YouTube. He's also available on TikTok and so informative about economics and politics. It is super fascinating, y'all. I encourage you to go and find him for sure. I do believe he is Professor Jing on all platforms. And trust me, you won't, you might close your eyes a little wink because it sounds super boring. But the stuff that he gives you is so good and juicy about history that you'll wake up again. You'll definitely wake up again. 'Cause the stuff that he said about the Roman Empire was phenomenal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Like, if y'all did not know that Trump and his cronies been making mad money since day one of hitting office, buddy, I'm here to tell you right now, you better wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, please. Because what made me laugh, and I said this maybe like a week ago, was the Simpsons episode where after Trump was let go out of office and Lisa Simpson was president, they went and looked at the financials of the United States and it said America was broke. We are bankrupt. Trump bankrupt America. I still believe to this day that that is what is going to happen in real life. When this thing is over, they're going to go back and look at the finances of America, and we're going to have to file bankruptcy as a country. As absurdly insane that sounds, know that the United States is formed not as a country, but as a business. It is an incorporation. It is a corporation. And to really understand that, what that means is its assets, in order to protect its assets, it will have to reform. And unfortunately, this is the state that we're in. America is being reformed. And it's quite interesting that we're upon our 250th year anniversary of being a formed nation. And historically, all nations that reach around that time period have a severe reset. Nothing will sustain itself from the past. And unfortunately, the bad part is like the casualties along the way. They're carelessly thrown out into the field to soften the blow for those that are really in power versus everybody else. It's going to become a little sinister over the next few months because they can't walk themselves back out of this. As easy as they walked into this conflict with Iran, they can't just say, the war is over, America has won. You can't say that. Because the world is far more connected now than it has ever been in the digital age. To give greater context to what I mean about the digital age, the information age was this time period from the late 90s to, it started in the late 90s, early 2000s. And because of COVID, the entire world was reset. And in that reset, there's this push to go digitize for everything. The chips on our credit cards now, that's digital transfers. Where in the information age, everything was physical. It's no longer in that state of being. Now everything has moved to cloud services. That's digital. Artificial intelligence, bots, it's all digital. It was birthed out of the information age, but now we're in this digital age where videos aren't real anymore. We have to question what we're seeing and hearing and its authenticity because there's a whole group of society that loves and preys on deep fakes, knowing that the people that are lesser of knowledge will succumb to that and won't fact check it and won't question it. It is absolutely wild out here. Aaron D is in the place to be. How you doing tonight? Welcome. She says, hey to Lady Virgo, Mamir. Lady Virgo says hello to you as well. Back to J Star Bragg. Mamir says, hey to Lady D. Aaron D says hello to JoJo Speaks. Lady Virgo says, Mamir, no, unfortunately, I never heard of, or I'm not familiar with Prof. Yeah. What does he do? My phone didn't have any sound coming out of it. He's a professor of history, economics, and some other areas. He, I think it was like philosophy. I think is the other area that he dabbles in. Very, very, very informative. Yeah, here it goes. He's a gloomy Gus. I love that. A lot of people say he's a spy for China, but I can't help but watch him anyway. Yeah. He's definitely in the know. I personally, just between me and you guys, psst, come here. Let me tell you. I think he is prophetic, intuitive, prophetic. Let me explain. He monitors patterns of possibility, and from that, he is able to intuit what will happen. And this is how we got here. In the state of a couple years prior to the election, he predicted that Trump would win. And then he also went on to predict that he would get us in this conflict with Iran. Patterns of possibilities because of how certain people were moving country-wise in their alliances that they've made over the years, and all this is starting to come to head and ultimately fruition because patterns. Remember, says a lot of conspiracy stuff about secret societies, and these days something called game theory, but I have no idea what he's even talking about with that one, except it's about Nintendo. Um, I have to do some more digging on that because, like, I've heard some theories out there of how the video game manufacturers have been kind of priming us for future societies, like the apocalypse with um, video games like The Last of Us and The Walking Dead and other war games like Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. I mean, it's a flavor of that. And some of the other ones, Halo was something that people was talking about, and then they kind of just put us in these scenario environments to kind of like in the background they're watching us while we're performing in the video games. It's some wild theories that's out there about that, Amir. She says, okay. So does he have his own YouTube? Yes. Professor has his own YouTube. It is a wonderful, informative place. Check him out. Lady Virgo, he sure does. Yep. And I know I'm behind on these comments, y'all. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave and come back. Cool. Appreciate you coming in. You're gonna have to come back for that one. That's something that we can possibly talk about. What you think, Mamir? Frakens. I hope I said that right. Mamir says, Lady Virgo, it's a conspiracy that Jacob Frank in Germany in the 1700s started a big cult. They got busted and converted to three Arabic regions, but secretly still practice. I've heard something about that as well. Hey, MJM 58 musician is in the house. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Good evening to you. And yes, hey to Aaron from JoJo Speaks. Mamir said, whatever it is, game theory is a lot deeper than what to beat the boss fight. Yes, it is. It is cryptic stuff embedded in game theory. And a lot of people theorize that they did it that way to control us because they realized that we were no longer watching TV and because we're spending more time playing video games than watching TV. Crazy stuff. And actually, like, if you go out and check out the movie Ready Player One, um, part of the theory is that depicts a future society. And I was like, oh, really? Now that's quite interesting. Ready Player One is a great movie by Steven. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Um, just go watch it. You get a solid, like I think it was like an hour, almost 2 hour movie. If you get a solid 2 hours, sit down and watch it, take some notes, and come back, holler at me in the comments here. I want to know what your thoughts are. Intrusive, intrusively, let me know what your thoughts are. Hey, man. All right. Let me get back at the task at hand. Hey, man. Check out Ultimate. Go check out his channel. Please. Please do. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. All right. So here comes the nitty gritty. While they're talking about all this stuff and the potential fall of America, you guys got to understand where we at with the state of the Middle East. Um, the biggest problem that we have right now is the fact that the control over uh, the Middle East has always been about who is supplying and demanding and who's governing these things. In the background, it's all United. Removed from power by whom? The United States. Why did they remove them from power? Because they challenged the US dollar. You got to understand, like, it's a legit threat to America. These are the things that they talk about as being the interests. We got to protect America's interests. You don't believe me? Listen to Joy. Tell them, Joy. BRICS is a set of different countries that are trying to come together to form an alliance to overthrow the US dollar. That is the problem that we're facing. And so these guys are trying to circumvent and get ahead of the storm because they're playing for keeps and will wipe America off the face of the earth. Don't believe me? Here we go. Hear from the horse's mouth. When the US dollar becomes worthless, this means everyone's 401k will be wiped out. When the US dollar becomes useless, that means everyone's products, houses, the cash dollar itself will lose its value in stockhold in trading, which will mean everything cost wise will go up because the dollar won't be high. It won't be weighted at the value that it once was, which means you would have to put more dollars onto the table for something as simple as a lighter. This lighter will no longer cost $1. The lighter will, for the $1 that it costs now, it may cost $5 later because the value of the dollar is not the dollar anymore. This is kind of something that had happened to other currencies around the world where because it lost its value, now they have to pay more kind of like pesos to US dollars. Like at some point, the peso was far less than a dollar. And so if what you were purchasing was based off of US dollars, that very thing, instead of it being $6, equaling 6 pesos. No, no. You have to pay 20 pesos to equal $6. So as you're trying to trade and make purchases for simple items, a carton of eggs in US dollars, it's $3. But in your native currency, to equal that $3, you're paying 100 pesos. Now, in the mindset, you're like, oh, it's just $3. Hindsight 2020, it's just $3. That's US dollars. But if their entire wealth is in another currency, when you go to transfer that currency, you got to spend more to get less. It is a problem. I promise you, it is a global problem that society in America is not ready for. They're not ready for that dollar to lose its mighty value, the mighty dollar. And the whole reason why they're not mad that the cost of the barrel of oil's gone up is because they're making money off of it. They're making hand over fist money off of it, off the increased value, even though it's temporary, which is so crazy and so cringe to me. But, hey, there are people out there that understand what's going on, especially in the military, what they're doing. What have they been doing? I'll tell you what. The bailout and escape from doing something that you don't believe in is real in the military. it has ruffled so many people's feathers that they are not comfortable with living under the status quo, that they have to find other alternative ways to get away from it to survive. And this is the current state of where we are right now, survival. And man, oh man, when I tell you, like, this is another precursor to civil unrest or the Civil War that people were talking about many, many years ago, where you'll have those that will want to fight for whatever cause, no matter what, because they just love conflict. And then there are those that are on the side of, I want to do something great and I want to do something that it means something. It's meaningful, not, I just feel like it. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember what gas prices were back in the day. This is what gas prices looked like back in the 90s, in the late 80s. Compare it to what we're seeing today. How did we get here? How? Society got greedy as more and more people began to notice how they could possibly get more money. They began to plot and scheme on a greater level. You had the providers of these gas companies testing the waters each decade of how high they could push the price to see how America will react. Knowing that we need it, it is a necessity for us to go, for the dollar to continue circulating. We have to buy gas because without it, I mean, it's a horrible thing. Nothing moves across America without it. As long as people are moving, the dollar is always moving. And now that we've incorporated digital aspect of transference of dollars, the dollar moves faster today than it did 30 years ago. To see how fascinating that is, that I can pick up my phone and send in an instant $1 to someone. Back in the day, we had to go and stand in a line to wire transfer to somebody. People still use that to this day. People still do money transfers and wire transfers around the world. But because digital currency has evolved, that money moves in the speed of light. And this is what they're trying to eventually manipulate to gain access and control over. the digital stream itself. This is why data centers are being formed, so they can be able to transfer information instantly and then use that transaction of information financially to transfer money instantly. This is the digital age of society that we've entered in. And just know that, like, with each passing year, we're inching closer and closer to things moving faster and faster because the demand is higher and higher. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Donald, Donald Trump is frustrated that people are not adhering to his demands to the point that he's talking out both sides of his neck or head. For those that don't know, Donald Trump is a Gemini through and through. And this dude will say one thing one way and then turn around and say it a whole different way. And then tell you, I never said that. At the same time, I said that. This is the author of confusion. Did y'all follow that? How do you get off saying these things on both sides of your head and expect people to help? It is insane. And the absolute definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a new results. And our history is repeating itself right now. The unfortunate thing is, we will not be able to recover from it. That is the unfortunate thing. And it's like, well, what are you going to do about it, people? What are you going to do? Don't take it from me. Check out this next clip. dog whistle is come help us put Iran in check so we can control this place, so that we could govern who has access and who doesn't, so we can maintain our society while you continue to pay us. Very clever. This is somebody that's sitting here struggling with burning the candle at two ends while trying to keep their hands from getting hot and sticky when they're all in it. It is absolute tragedy to sit there and see all of this unfold. We're literally watching America crumble before our eyes. Don't believe me? Listen to what Canada had to say. Hoping that this war will stop is one thing. Doing something about it is a whole nother. Let's continue to pray. Let's hope and pray that things will turn around for us, because I mean, unfortunately, the only way that we can combat things like this is to combat it with the fearless leader himself, like in his next clip. My Lord, the lies that turn out to not be true. My man, Donald Trump, how prophetic were you speaking on this at that time in 2008 before you even put in a bid? My Lord, he was setting himself up, getting people primed and ready for the day that he would run, making himself look appeasing to the people so he could ultimately dupe us. I don't want to cheer for the man, but bravo, he did it. He did it twice. At this point, it is what it is. The only way that we could do something about it is to impeach the man. Like he said, to impeach George W. Bush. The problem with that is the party that he is a part of has no backbone at all. And frankly, it's going to take something extreme and catastrophic to happen for them to get on the right side of history. My peoples. But there's something that has been bothering me for a while, and I've seen a couple of videos popped up over social media here or there where people are also referencing this thing that has been bothering me. Uh, I've had a premonition of something catastrophic happening close and near around Easter. And the unfortunate thing about its timing in which it will come is the fact that it will be drawing attention away from celebrating the life of Christ. That's number one to me that stands out the most. And it's like, what happened to get there? Frankly, the only thing that I can think of is things went south while trying to finesse the Middle East or another neighboring country. And lives will be lost. I ain't talking about 100. I'm talking about thousands of lives lost. This isn't something that I like to talk about a lot because of the nature of it, because of how heavy it is. And unfortunately, when I talk about it, sometimes it does fall on deaf ears, but I can't help but say these things out loud now because when I pray and I begin to get visions of future things, it sits on me and weighs on me so heavily because there's nothing I can do. It, in most cases, it's something that is going to happen and has to happen. I said this maybe like a week or two ago when it came to this whole attack on Iran. I felt it coming and saw visions of that coming. it came early for me, a few days early, because what I saw was there was going to be an attack in the Middle East in the first week of March. It actually came a few days early at the end of February. The timing of things has been sped up. And so it's got me in this state of being wondering, am I off timing wise? Or is it just simply the powers that be are manipulating things on a quantum level in which they're trying to circumvent around discovery because people are talking about it ahead of time itself. And because people are talking about future events, they have to throw everybody off the scent. So people can call them false prophets and everything under the sun like that. But one thing for certain is there is a great change that is going on right now as we speak. Is a world changing event that is unfolding. And I would hope that people are more open to having the conversation about these things. The thoughts and feelings that they have about what's happening in their own lives and sharing them with other people, just as I am. For me to go to sleep at night and dream, I don't dream normal dreams, nor do during the day when people have regular daydreams. I don't have regular daydreams. I have the strangest stuff that hit me, and I don't know if it's current or future or just something completely in my imagination. That's me being real. When something happens around Easter, Palm Sunday, I saw the Pope speak out about it, and everyone ignored the Pope for the simple fact he has not said much in what's going on right now to our knowledge. He may have said stuff behind closed doors, but publicly he hasn't condemned his administration. I know when he first got installed, this administration tried to get their blessing from him. And he's like, I can't bless that. The reason why is because they knew that they were going to enact this holy crusade going around the entire world, trying to force their will on everything. The unfortunate thing is this, like, the more, like I said earlier in this show tonight, the more we allow them to take these leapfrogs with whatever they're trying, the agenda that they're trying to push, the more daring they're going to be. The only way that we can stop it is by staying up united. That's the only way to say, no, we won't go for this anymore. We won't stand for it. Nope. Mm-mm. No, sir. Not happening. He has to go with that. If not, he risks losing it all. And he doesn't want to lose it all. He can't help himself. He loves where he is. He loves the attention. Good, bad, and ugly. And ignoring him just fuels him to do more crazy things to grab the attention back on him. The only time that he doesn't want the attention is when it's the attention that will rip him away from the very thing that he loves. That very thing isn't making lives better for the American people. It's only to serve himself. You don't have to take my word for it. He was selling it. He showed his hand back in 2008. The sad part is we just said goldfish and kept it pushing. That's the sad part. We settled for it instead of holding his feet to the fire because he presented himself with something so vastly different than what we had seen out of the status quo of society. We fell for the gag. Unfortunately. But you know what? Hey, it's going to be all right. I got two last things I'm leaving out the show with. Something funny, lighter, to lighten the mood, and something joyful to celebrate. The lighter thing. Seeing people gather around babies gives me great joy. Trademark singing this video. People singing the gospel version of Patty Cake. Patty Cake. You gotta love people, man. They find some way, somehow, in life to put a smile on everyone's face. Something that put a smile on my face today. Y'all, Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer dropped. I had been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Been watching all the different YouTube vlogs talk about what they think the story is going to be about and who's going to be who and who's doing what, the plot, the everything. And finally, about a day or so ago, news broke out. Hey y'all, the trailer coming Wednesday. And Sony put takedown video messages out to folks like, hey, take that down. No, don't talk about that. And so allegedly, I'm saying like, I kind of already knew it was coming. And then they actually delivered on time today. And so I wanted to share it out here and give my reaction to it with you guys. Without any further ado, I present to you the Spider-Man. Oh, ooh. Oh, wow. I've never seen you do that. Yeah. Hi. City? Wow. Ooh. Oh, Punisher versus Spider-Man? Oh, he's a hopeless man. Oh, Joe! They're doing a thing from the comic. Bruce! Oh, wow. Aunt May. Who is that? Who's that? Everyone! The hand. The hand. Oh, wow. Yo, that is so dope, y'all. July 31st, 2026. We are getting Spider-Man. Brand new day. From what I can tell in there, we got the Punisher as a participant helping and fighting with Spider-Man. You got a cameo from Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk. Yo, this is the illest shot I've ever seen. in a trailer from Spider-Man. Like inside the mask, yo. Oh my dog, dude is diving off the building down to the street. I've never seen that before. That is insane. Oh my gosh. And then um this he washing his yo he's come a long way from the Tony Stark uh suit, man. The new car smell suit. Smells like a new car in here, sir. He's come a long way from that. In the comics, this is something that he would do. He would be in the laundromat washing his Spider-Man costume with his regular clothes, man. It was like, what are you, dude? Don't you know people can see that? What? Man, he crazy, bro. Peter Parker's crazy. This is cool to see. Um, Spider-Man getting the key to the city was a bit of a comic book deep cut for real, for real. Um, they did give him the key to the city in one of the I forgot what comic book it was, the comic book number, but that's a deep cut. And then the lady that's giving him the key, she's actually a character in the uh new Daredevil series, y'all. Daredevil, ugh, Daredevil is another Marvel character that they started out a series on Netflix, and since they got the rights back from Netflix, now on Disney Plus, they're entering into season two. Um, if you're a comic book fan, definitely check out Daredevil Born Again series. This is where they picked up from the ending of the Netflix series and kind of rebranded things and refreshed things over at Disney on Disney Plus. The first season, I think it was like maybe 9 episodes, I think 8 or 9 episodes in all. Each episode is like about 45 minutes to an hour. It's so good. So good. If you like action and dark and grittiness, you would definitely enjoy watching that. This dive off the side of the building, man. Like this is reminiscent of the um, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and I am like happy to see this grittiness and uh man, like that's an amazing shot, bro. Like, and his suit looks so good. For him to get hit by this van with the Punisher driving, it was hilarious to me. You told him to quit your ripping. Sounds just like the Punisher. He's like, what? Look, my man that's playing the Punisher got his voice down to the T. Like, if you ever look up the comics, even the cartoon where the Punisher teamed up with Spider-Man in a couple episodes, the voice actor in this guy here, man, are they're on par, man. Is insane to me. I love it. How you say it? Suit yourself and then shoot the man. Absolutely nuts, man. Classic Spider-Man fashion. Oh, you got me, I got you. Watch this. I love it. To keep that PG-13 rating, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna push for that PG-13 release for this, so all the kiddos can go. They have to cut down on cursing, and so Spider-Man mid fight after kicking him out, middle of him about to curse, put him a spider web muzzle on him, bro. That is genius. This part of the trailer had really, really hopeful because those that knew Spider-Man's history, uh, he evolves at different tiers in his life, powers wise, and at some point he became a man spider because his powers mutated beyond the human aspect of the man aspect of Spider-Man. He actually grew extra arms and everything, like, and look the head of a spider on his face and everything. It's stupid, crazy where they took things. Stanley and those guys got real mad. Now, what's so funny about this? Those that remember the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series, where he was actually physically shooting the webs out of his arms. I am hopeful and I will be absolutely geeked if he develops that same ability from going through these metamorphoses. It Sony, don't you let us down. Don't you let us down, doggone it. Even if it's just a wink at it, like a cartridge upgrade for his web shooter, I would take it. But doggone it, don't you let us down with the don't you let us down, Saudi. Oh, the aspect of why hold on. Let me go back to it. Where's that? This scene there where Bruce Banner is like, excuse me? Do I know you? From the last Spider-Man movie, uh, Doctor Strange performed a spell in which everyone had to forget the identity of Spider-Man as being Peter Parker. And so Bruce Banner doesn't recognize him because of that spell. Magic. That was giving me Dr. Connors vibes from the Amazing Spider-Man movie where he was fighting the crocodile guy. That's what that is reminiscent of to me. And I am just like a little giddy about what they will potentially be doing with the Hulk in this movie. I can't wait to see it. Now, this voiceover talking about spiders, I hope, Sony, that you're not just hiring somebody to be the voice actor and they're actually somebody that's going to be involved in the series. This voice is so iconic. They they better. This is Keith David. Keith David, man. When I heard this voice, I said, I know who that is. Hold on now. Hey, man. I need him to be Norman Osborn, the AKA the Green Goblin, or Dr. Connors, which was the Lizard Man. I'll take either one because in the background, this is giving me Sinister Six vibes. And I'm like, yes, bring it on, please. This thing is- Look, the cutoff that, wait a minute, it amounts to a kind of, why you cut that off like that, man? I Sorry, I pray that y'all ain't just got this man Keith David in there, uh, just voiceover over like he's on some National Geographic type of video in the background while Peter Parker is studying something. I would be absolutely mad at you, Sony. Don't you do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Look, if you do it, I will come and find you. And we will have a talk. You and me, face to face. We're going to dance in the square ring. We're going to go at it. Mano to mano. Can you dig it? Oh, yeah. Little Macho Man. Randy. That is breathtaking. This shot, is that like a prison or something? What? The boomerang cutting with his feet, bruh. What? Yo. But this, did he just break a sword with his web? What the? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second. Wait a second. For those that don't know, the hand is uh like a Chinese mob, which is a deep cut from Daredevil. Um, Like that, man. Dog, they are bringing some deep cut stuff here, man, in this trailer, man. But how cool is that for Spider-Man to break a sword with his web, man? Like, what what in the world? What kind of weightlifting have you been doing, sir? That you can shatter a sword with your web? That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Never seen any. A friendly neighbor. Oh man. And to think, like he said, I'm just a friend in across the hall. It's like, yo, if you been on some creep stuff this whole time, being living in the same building, going to the coffee shop that they are in, that your former friends are Sony, Marvel. I got so many questions. Like y'all gonna have to fill in the gaps of what has transpired. Don't give me a long drawn out montage of Peter Parker walking around the world sad and in this shadow realm while society runs around him and he's fighting crime and being praised as this heroic person and then living this double life. Don't do too much of that. That's gonna make me sad. And it's gonna make me want to go to the bathroom or get some more popcorn. But nonetheless, I hold on. Are they did they do what I think they did with her hair? Wait a second. Oh, hold on. MJ hair is slightly tinted red now. Quite interesting. So one of my questions was for a while that I was wondering how hard y'all Sony and Marvel was going to go in the paint with Zendaya being MJ, aka Mary Jane Watson character, but she's not named Mary Jane Watson. Like she has a play on that, and so I'm kind of curious, like where y'all going with this character. And where's Quinn? Where is Gwen Stacy at, man? Bring us Gwen. Quit playing. Y'all, we gotta go see this. Spider-Man Brand New Day is the biggest movie Marvel and Sony are pushing before Avengers Doomsday. And we got to see this July 31st. Let me know in the comments how you all feel about this movie. I want to know. Let's talk about it. Let's get it. I appreciate you guys coming and joining me tonight. It was a doozy. We got a lot said and done tonight. Amir says she's gonna watch Ready Player One. Awesome. It's an awesome movie. I think you're gonna like it. Let me know how you feel about it. Join the Discord. Let's talk about it. It's free 99 to be in the Discord. Discord link is in the description. My buddy, my man, my pal, Dustin. Thank you for hanging in here with me tonight. Man, he says, I hope everyone is having a great night. We hope you're having a great night too, brother. Y'all, I can't wait for that movie to come out. I'm so amped. This year is going to be a great year for movies. We got Mortal Kombat coming. We got a scary movie coming. We got Avengers coming. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. The Mario movie's coming. Yeah, man. It's a good year for movies. Let me know in the comments which movies you guys are most excited for, and we're going to get out of here. I thank y'all for joining me on this evening of Weekly Dose of Reality. You know, follow your boy on Instagram and TikTok at Mr. TD. Yes, it does say unveil vibrations on it, but when you type in this very thing right here, it puts you right at me straight away on both platforms. Mr. TD McCollum, Instagram, TikTok. I got some music and more coming. I am getting up the nerve and practicing and all that to do something. I feel it in my bones, and I feel like once I get it out, it's gonna be a snowball effect from there. As always, come and see me, sit down with me, replay crew. Shout out to you. I appreciate y'all coming back to the channel and finishing. I know these videos are good and long, but trust me, I got a lot of juicy stuff to here to talk about, man. Every Wednesday, 8:30 ish. Let's talk spirituality. Let's talk politics. Let's talk social commentary. Let's talk music. Let's have the conversation. Right. And on Saturday mornings, come join me and my crew. It's me, Prophetic Fire Reiki, JoJo Speaks, and all of you. We're here having some prayer on Faithful Warrior Ministries every Saturday morning at 10-ish. Don't worry. If we're not there at 10 o'clock on the dot, we're coming. We're always there. We're faithful. This is what we do. We pray, we read a devotional, and we laugh and joke and catch up from the week, decompress from the week as a family together. I appreciate you guys. If you want to support me, hit me up on the CashApp. It's the TD McCollum. That is me. You want to send me something to laugh and joke about, you can hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, here at my email, Mr. TD McCollum. Send me something funny. Send me a video to react to. Send me questions. I got answers. I'm a very wise dude and hip to what's going on. And even if I'm not totally hip to it, I will find out and respond to you in kind. Lady Virgo, welcome back, baby. She says, "Hey Dustin, how's your evening going?" It's been good. It's been fun, y'all. I appreciate y'all love and support out here, and this channel. Continue to share it, continue to like it, continue to comment. Let's link up in the Discord. The link to join the Discord is in the description of this video. Click it. Come on in. We're going to have some off-channel conversations that we don't get to have out here on the platform. And it's all good, man. Hey. This is the channel for the people. Let's come together. Lady Virgo says, "Are you still working on new music?" Yeah, baby. Absolutely. I just don't know the direction that I want to go in. So in the meantime, I've just been practicing or just dabbling with stuff so I could come back and share it with you guys. Eventually, I would love to perform live for you guys on this channel. Share my talent with the world as a saxophonist. Occasionally, I'll come over here and try to make a beat or something, but eventually, I want to do something much more grandiose. Like the actual recording session or such. Show y'all the behind the curtain of Unveiled Libations. Amen. Let's get it, yo. And I know I haven't said this in a while, but I'm going to say it tonight. Hey, man, I want you to know and know this for real. Larry Virgo says, "Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Your beats you create sound so cool already." Thank you, my dear. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. It's just the beginning. It's been a while. I've been out of touch of creating for more than about 3 years. I haven't. So it's gonna take me a while to get all my cogwheels oiled up and running proper. It's definitely something that I have a passion to do. And I love music. Music soothes me and puts me in a space in which it's my comfort zone. It's my go-to vice to escape from the pains of this world. And when I'm upset, when I need uplifting, or just need to just chill, music has always been a part of my life in that aspect. And from time to time, I may refer to her in a personified way as her or she instead of it, because she's beautiful. Music is beautiful, ain't it? Hey. All right, buddy. What's your question? I'm intrigued. I know I haven't done that in a while. Let me drop that out there. Hey man, if y'all want to come up and chat for a little bit, let's go. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for you to join me live. Come up here live. And something that I gotta get off my chest. Like, all right, my peoples, if nobody has told you they love you in a long time or ever, I'm telling you right now, I love you. I truly mean it. I want to see the best for you all. Oh, here we go. Justin Butler.
Hi, Tyrone. Have you seen any the news on the White House chief of staff situation
No.
about her having breast cancer? I didn't know she had breast cancer, so I didn't know she had it, but I guess she does. Yeah, so the White House chief of staff has breast cancer. I didn't know if you've seen that or not.
Oh wow. No, I haven't heard anything about that. That's most unfortunate to hear. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Apparently, she's doing her job virtually right now because she's going to have treatment. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if you didn't I didn't know if you knew that or not. But
Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that with me. How long ago was this diagnosis?
it was well the announcement was made yesterday, but I don't know how long ago she's had the diagnosis, but I know they made the announcement yesterday. I know she was sitting right next to the president when she made the announcement. So yeah.
Was that who they were talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw a clip in which the president was sitting right next to what's the Speaker of the House, and they were talking about
Mike Johnson.
Yeah, he was sitting right next to Mike Johnson, and they were talking about somebody's fell ill, and Donald Trump spilled all the tea about what was actually going on. And, Mike Johnson kind of looked at him like, that wasn't public, right? Is that what you were talking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It made sense. It might not have been public when it was announced, but it's public now. They made it in public. It was all of the news this morning. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that. The clip that I found of it had like very little context of what happened, and so I wouldn't until I found out more about it. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I didn't know if you knew about it, so I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, "What? What is this? What is going on?" Matter of fact, I have it here. Give me 1 second. I can bring it up.
You can bring it up. It's all over the news today.
For those that aren't aware of this, in which
I just haven't had a chance to send it to you yet.
Dustin is talking about. Here we go. So, right, Lady Virgo. Oh my gosh. Like, to find out.
I can't remember what her name is, but I know she's Well, House Chief of Staff.
And I was like, who are they talking about? What is going on? Shout out to the Midas Touch for providing that clip.
I can't hear it my side. I can't hear it on my side. Can you hear it on your side, Darren? Does it have any fans? I can't tell if it does or not.
I was like, what? He said he would be dead by Joe. Let me know if y'all heard that.
I can't hear it, Tyler.
Okay.
I can't hear it.
Give me 1 second. I can fix that. Let me fix that.
I can see it, but I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Let me fix that right quick. Technology.
Tell me about it. Yeah, tell me.
All right. Here it goes. Here goes nothing. And I was like, what? Hey, bro, why?
His name? Do you want to mention it? He'll be proud.
Yeah, I can hear it now.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges, and it was very serious, and had a pretty grim diagnosis. And I mentioned it to the president. I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work. And if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire. And
what was the diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay. That's.
Oh my God. Oh.
We had one man who was very ill. It looked like he wasn't going to make it. I don't know. I won't mention his name. Should I? Do other people know his name? Do you want to mention it? He'll be proud. Go ahead. Tell him the story. Okay.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges, and it was very serious, and had a pretty grim diagnosis. And I mentioned it to the president. I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work. And if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire. And
what was the diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay. That's, it was grim.
Like, the president has no filter, bro.
No, he never did.
Like, what? Yo, don't share anything with this man, bro. What is he doing, man? Like, oh my God. And I was like, is it for real?
Right.
When I saw this, I said, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, bro. Tell me this ain't for real.
Right.
And my mouth just dropped. I said, bro. What about HIPAA law, man? Like, all that, like,
He
bro,
don't care. He don't care about the laws. He don't care about HIPAA laws.
what is wrong with you, bro?
Mm-hmm.
What if he hasn't told the family yet? And you're like, well, I thought it was newsworthy to mention. Like, bro, why? Why? Why is this our president? Why?
Where's this country coming to?
Why? why, man? Why is it okay that he can sit there and be like, blah, 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 and then everybody in the cabinet just brushes it away. Oh yeah, he was just what? Caroline, I dare you tomorrow, Caroline, to come out your mouth and say the president wasn't serious about it. No, I don't know. Just go sit down. Go over there in the corner and sit down. Don't say nothing else, Caroline. Caroline. Get out of here. Get out. That's how I feel about it. Like, how, man? And just imagine, like, if Biden had did this, they would have his neck, bro. These people will wring his neck. And I'd be like, oh my gosh. Why? Why? Like, seriously, why? I'm done. I am absolutely done with this dude. Like,
I've been done with him since day one, Tyrone, so I think we're on the same page. I don't like him. Yeah. I don't like Donald Trump.
like Lady Virgo said, like, with the emojis, like, what? She says, great question, Dee. Why, yes, why is this our leader in office? And I'm like, bro, I can't even say out loud in good conscience that there's hope for humanity as long as he stays in office. If he gets a third term, somehow, some way, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They fighting for it, but
I don't think they're going to get it, though. They're crazy.
Man.
But Donald Trump is the type of person that gets what he wants. That's what's part of it.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
That's the way I feel about it. That's the way I feel.
Lady Burger says, I know right. With you and Dustin right now. It's like, you look like at first it was funny. You know, like,
it's not funny because
it's not funny anymore. Like,
it's not funny because this country's already going to I don't want to say the word, Tyrone, but you know what I mean. It's already going to shit.
On the campaign, it was he's acting a fool again.
Yeah.
But now you in office acting a fool.
Right.
It's a whole nother.
Yeah, he's a whole nother craziness.
It's a whole nother mess. And frankly, I cringe every time. Like I was saying earlier, if I see stuff in a dream, I cringe at it if it involves him because 9 times out of 10 it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, like, why? Why show me that?
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, peoples, just buckle up, hold on tight. Like the amount of craziness that is we we are coming to the close of the first quarter of the year. We got 3 more quarters. Lord. We gonna make it to 2028. We gonna make it, y'all.
I'm starting to wonder, Tyrone.
I mean, limping across the finish line is still making it.
All right, we're limping across it. All right, we're not that good.
As long as we go across the finish line, we still made it.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it. It's
me
like,
too.
it's over. Yay! Now we can get back to normal life.
Yeah.
Somewhat normal.
But my question is, Tyrone, if we do get to 2028, how long will it take us to get back? How long will it take us to undo all the damage he's doing?
To undo the damage that is done.
Right.
15 years.
I was gonna say 20 years.
Like it will balance out in the 20th year, but like to stabilize it, 15 years. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Because he's done a lot of damage. In my opinion. My opinion on that. I hope that Tyrone agrees with me, but I don't know.
It's gonna be a mess. Like Lady Virgo said right here, she said the funny part is because he has no filter, just bold with it and embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, holy cow, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's been real, my friends.
For real.
We'll be back 8:30 next week.
So you got 8:30 next week. We'll all be here.
We're all gonna be here.
I'll be here. Tyrone will be here. I'll be right by his side as always.
Yup.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love you, Tyrone.
Wish you a great night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.
See you all next week. Tyrone, I'm gonna stay back so I want to ask you something. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.